Hey you guys, so today we are looking at these two. I thought I'd do these two together because Scarlet Witch and Vision. After the TV series they had to do these guys. And these West Coast stories were at the height of me in my comic buying days. West Coast was one of the ones I used to get. I used to get Avengers. I used to get all the Spider-Man comics. All Spider-Man comics. West Coast and regular Avengers. Fantastic Four. And there was another one. X-Men. When there was one X-Men. The thing that killed it for me was when there started being more, you know, X-Men, X-Factor. Oh no, I used to get X-Factor as well. Yeah, I used to get like all the X-Men books, all the Fantastic Four books, all the Avengers books, all the top teams. Iron Man as well. I dropped Iron Man because Iron Man got a bit I didn't like it. The artwork wasn't very good. Just out of interest, do you guys read comics for the stories or the artwork? Because to me, you can have the best story in the world, but if the artwork isn't like good or isn't your style, it can spoil the story. I've read some really good stories because people have said, no, you really need to read it, but not enjoyed it as much as I could because I didn't like the artwork. That makes sense? Yeah, anyway, we're looking at action figures today. So, these are the West Coast Avengers. On the back, behold the Vision stripped of his memories and rebuilt in spectral white. Will the Vision prove friend or foe to his fellow Avengers? And Scarlet Witch finding her heartbreak turned to horror when she encounters her husband Vision rebuilt with no memory of their love. Yeah. So I picked these up from Smith's here in the UK, which is pretty cool that we have. I was surprised to see them. I walked in and was like, oh, I'm having them. So, yeah. I used to buy the... Who was the company that made them originally? Toy Biz? Was it? My brain's gone blank. The ones that came in the packets like this. The first time it would have been the early 90s when I used to go, the first few times I went to America. They used to do, there was Captain America and all the others, Spider-Man, etc. And I used to pick those up. Oh, they were fantastic. Well, they were fantastic figures then. Now, these are a lot better. Anyway, I'm rambling again. So we shall start with the Vision because he will probably be the less interesting of the two because he's just a guy in white. So pop that down there and slide him out. There we go. So yeah, the West Coast Avengers was, if you want to save the environment, stop putting those pieces of paper in every box. West Coast was one of my favourites, and I hope that at some point, let's do it that way, they make a full set of West Coast Avengers. They're really hard to get as graphic novels. I've looked for years. There we go. So yeah, fits pretty cool. Will he stand? Yeah. So he comes with fist hands as well. I should put them over there. These he has open hands. I have noticed the last few of these I've opened, some of the joints have been a little stiff, so they're getting a little bit like the NECA figures, where you've just got to be a little bit more careful than you really want to be. There we go. So straighten all the leg joints and things. Yeah, excellent. That cape maybe could do with a little bit of work to get it to sit quite as flat as I would like it, but that's a bit of hairdryer in it. Close-up look at him, there we go. He does look... At first I looked at him and I thought he's cross-eyed, but his eyes are black with white pupils. So at first it does look like he's like, his eyes got to the bridge of his nose and crossed it. But I think it's because his eyes are white. It looked strange. There's a nice use of greys on there. There's a little bit of colour variant. I think they learnt a bit from the Moon Knight figure. How to do whites and greys and make... I think they use the same paint. He does have bare feet. So I'm sure there's somebody else's feet. I wonder, are they reused figures, is that? Yeah, so this is probably somebody else's body. The cape's kind of nice actually, because it's not over, you know, an explosion in a cape shop. It does fit quite nicely. And like I say, he does seem to stand. And I like those hands. I'm going to work on some kind of thing with him. Because he does look spooky. Articulation wise, we have quite a bit forward actually. Look at that. I've got quite a lot of back as well. So you're going to get him into some nice flight modes. But no tilt. Oh well. Arm joints, the usual stuff. There is a socket joint in there which rotates. He does have swivel on the upper arm as well. Elbows, quite good. Obviously he has the crunch in the middle there, so yeah, pretty good. Swivel there. I'll take that off because it's outwards, upwards, roundwards, all the usual stuff. Joints there. Knee joint, nearly kicking the butt, but not quite. Yeah, he's got a certain amount of posability in there. I get the feeling he is one that is going to be stood sort of up straight and dramatic. That foot feels a little bit like it's locked, so we're not going to stress over that. So there is just a peg in the back there, which plugs in like so. Yeah, seems pretty cool. Right, to the next one. So now we have a little bit of colour with the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, looks cool. Let's get this out of the box. One of those. One day I'll actually read it and find out what it says. Yeah. I like the look. I think the hex effects have been used somewhere else before and will probably be used somewhere else again. Now this one, I don't know if her cape is removable. I don't think it is. Let me try this from over here because I don't want to. There we go. Just squeeze. Put that out there. There we go. She's out of the box. And nearly stood then, but that was the cape keeping her up. Oh, that's handy. So the cape does sit rather nicely at the back there, so that's going to help her stand that way. She doesn't feel like, nope, she wants to fall forward, so that's good. She only has one set of hands, but she has the effects, so let's have an extreme close-up. Focus, there we go. That is nice. I like the hair effect here. That's very cool. Green eyes. Nice ensemble. Nice colours. Like I say, the cloak has the hole in the back there. The hair has a nice wash to it to add a bit of colour. Maybe it could have been a little redder, but but she stands pretty well straight out of the box. Let's have a look articulation wise. So there is pretty much no tilt or manoeuvrability in that because of the hair. There is a little bit of swivel either way, but again, that hair's going to get in the way. Usual shoulder joint, so her arms will go up and down, but obviously, again, the cape's going to get in the way. Only up to there with the wrists, with the elbows, that's the wrist, with the elbows, and there is manoeuvrability in the end of that. She has swivel in chest area, nothing in this lower area. Legs out, forward, kind of back, swivel there. quite nice manoeuvrability in the knees. I'm sure we could get a little bit more of that, but don't need to. Flat feet, so she is going to stand pretty well. Let's just have a look at the effects that we got with her. So that one just shot across the room and went down the back of there. So that's lost for now. That's going to take me a while to find, is that? Oh dear. I could have had some design out, could that? Find it. No, we can't. Wow, okay. That's gonna, oh, I'm making a mess. That's going to mean moving some stuff. So we'll just do it with what we got. So that wraps around there, and then that I presume will go, no, I tell you what, it's that one. I tell you what, I'll try wiggle that out a little bit. So yeah, so you're going to get that kind of effect on there, and you can manoeuvre that around a bit and work with it. But yeah, I like the effect going down the arm. I think I may just, I would actually just probably have it with the one on and maybe just put that on there, as though, you know, like she's summing up the power with the other wrist. Yeah, I like this. I've wanted this version of Scarlet Witch for a very long time, like a comic book version. Just out of interest, she comes in at just a little bit over 6 inches, to be precise 16 centimeters ish. Yep, and the vision comes in at 16, just a little bit over 16 centimeters, or 6 and a bit inches. Yeah, I like them. I think I keep trying to decide whether I want to collect the movie characters or like the comic book characters, and I'm kind of starting to feel like I like the comic book characters better because they have more colour to them. Look at that effect. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, the movie ones, I'm finding them a little bit hit and miss. The comic book ones are always nice and bright. I like colour in my action figures, if that makes sense. Yeah, apart from he's all in white. You know what I mean. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I may have to try and collect. I know they had, when I went in the first time, they had Tigra as well. And I went back a couple of days later and she'd gone, and all I had left was Loki and Falcon, the comic book versions. They were on discount as well. These were, let me think, 20 quid. Loki and Falcon were $14.99, so they were already clearing those out. But it is great that we have a store over here that is stocking these things. The only thing we need Smiths to do, and if Smiths are listening out there, not that I think for a moment they are, NECA figures, Smiths, please get NECA figures. Make a little aisle at the end of the thing that's for adults and get some of the NECA figures in there. You would sell them, trust me, you could, they would clear out. I know these are selling pretty well. I will admit, when I was in there, they had some fantastic Transformers, like the Rodimus Prime and stuff like that, and I was like, does anybody want to see Transformers figures? I did a review of some of them and they got lousy viewing figures. Yeah, just a thought, if you know, if enough of you mention it, I may think about it. So that is yeah, I think a pretty nice set. I say it does look like he's boss-eyed, but when you actually look at him, you can see that it's pupil of his eyes. It looks better from there. It's only when you get it really close up that you can kind of, it kind of looks like he's cross-eyed. It's weird, isn't it? Over there is his eyes. There, it looks like he's... Anyway, enough of that. Enough of this tomfoolery. I wonder who Tom is that we always foolery about. Anyway, he stands. She stands. So, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all have a great night. Don't forget to hit the like, shares and subscribe buttons down there at the bottom. You know what to do. Have a great day, a great night, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.